Back to another year in a year gardening. We've been doing quite a lot over the past few months. Not least, we've invested in some new technology for software side of things and some new cameras as well. So hopefully the experience you get over this next series will be greatly improved. Now in today's show we're going to be looking at the removal of the gazebo and the opening up of the patio area, the removal of the back border to enable us to extend the garden pond, some work on restructuring and repairing the polytunnel, and we're going to be planting some bulbs for spring and summer colour. So all in all, quite a few things to take you through in this show. So without any further ado, welcome to A Year Gardening for 2023. Well, it's time to take the gazebo down. The first thing we've got to do is to remove the lighting that was on here. So just got my craft knife, and this is only put up with cable ties, so this should split off quite easily. Just got to cut these cable ties off and remove the lights. Well, it's mid-January at the moment and it's been pretty cold and quite windy, but I've taken most of the gazebo down and I've just got this last little bit to do, and this is going to be reused down to repair the polytunnel. So I've just got a few little bolts just to take out, and I'm just using my electric drill just to clear these off. And it's a nice little simple job really, and that's will all come to pieces, and I'll have that down in a few minutes. Well, there we have it, last section removed. Now I can get the pressure washer out to clean this wall off before repainting it and putting up some artwork, which is going to be a nice background to this section of the garden. So first job done in January. One of the first things we're going to do is we're going to lift these geraniums. And we'll get right the way around the plants. Now these are going to go into the front border, and we're going to reuse these plants. Look at that, beautiful. There's quite a lot of plant here. We've got to go all the way around the edge and just lift them up. And that's going to come out. And that's, well, going to break up into quite a few plants actually. Lots of growth in there. So we'll get these out. Look at that. Nice looking plant. We're going to carry on lifting these plants. And then we've got some big plants here at the back. Don't know how they're going to come out. It's going to be a lot of lifting on this. Because these have got a lot of root under them. We'll move that spade out the way. Can you see how much root is lifting there? Let's come over this side and then try a little bit more. Oh, this is going to take some time. Yeah, there's a lot of root down there. I'm going to have to go down there with a spade and break some root on that. We'll just give that little shot. Up. Come down, just cut through it, because this will grow. We're working our way down now. Basically what we've got to do is break it through to break the taproot. And we're not far off now. That looks like a good lift. Oh, got that one. And now I've got about another 4 or 5 of those to do. Not easy, but that's what we're going to do. Well, the wind has been blowing and it's been blowing through. This has got quite badly damaged, but no fear, because we've got the bits of the gazebo which we can use to put some structure around the front here, rebuild the front, and once the front is rebuilt, we can build a door on there. So I've got this section of frame here. And that will fit over the side. I'll put another one over this side, then we'll build some timber across the front and make a new door. So that is what we're going to do. Hello and welcome back to the greenhouse. And today I'm just going to be planting a few bulbs to bring us a little bit of spring and summer colour. And we've got some gladioli bulbs. I'm going to plant these into some biodegradable pots, and then we can bury them deep enough in the ground, because a gladioli grows very, very tall and we need to plant it deep. But I want to get these planted nice and early to get some early growth. So let's show you how I do that now. Well, firstly, I'm just going to take a little bit of compost into each pot. Not a great deal, just a little bit. Isn't it lovely to get your hands in the soil again after these months where we've not been able to do that? We're just going to do a couple of pots here, and then we're going to open up our bulbs. Now, it's important when we're planting these that we do get them the right way round. Now, gladioli bulbs are very, very spherical, but there is a base and you can just see a tip at the top. So we need to get the tip pointing upwards. It's very important to do that, because, well, like all bulbs, they do not like growing upside down. So we'll just get these planted into these pots. So looking forward to these. These are a lovely white and blue mixture. And then all we're going to do is we're going to take some more compost and just gently cover these. Gently cover them. I'm putting a little bit too much on that one, but there we go. And we just press that down gently on the top. And once these start growing, we're going to plant the actual pots into the ground, because they are biodegradable. They will disappear into the ground and the bulbs will grow, which is wonderful. Let's get a bit more compost, pop that into the pots here. Just a little bit more for that one there. And there's the first of them, all ready to go. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep these moist, but keep them in the greenhouse for the next 4 or 5 weeks. Once they start to grow, then we'll transfer these into the front garden where they're going to go. So we'll move these back over here, and I'll carry on planting these other ones up, ready for some lovely spring and summer colour. Welcome back to our courtyard garden. It's been a while since we've been here, but was it 2 years ago when I put this artificial grass down, and we've been deciding what to do with the garden. And I've been thinking about people who don't have a garden or a garden space, but what can we do to bring some greenery in? And very often I've had people saying to me, I can't keep house plants, I bring them indoors, they just die. Well, artificial plants don't die, so I'm going to make this into an artificial garden. As you may remember, I said last year, I put a couple of artificial plants in down behind me with my little gnomes, and I'm going to get some artificial trees. Now, I will still be planting some real plants in here because I want to encourage our pollinators and things to come through and keep it in a very, very natural space for our wildlife. But the artificial plants will give it some all year round colour. So that's what we're going to do this year, and I hope you follow our progress. So that's bringing us to the end of the show, so about time I went and did a little bit of a wind up. And it's time to pack up for the day. But I hope you've enjoyed seeing what I'm going to be doing over the next few months. The extension to the pond is going to take quite a while. I didn't realise how much work was going to be involved, but in lifting that border gives me a lot of plants to use in a new border in the front garden, and I will share that with you in our next show, and that looks like it's going to be great fun. Now, we've had a rather mild but cold still winter. The wind has been something else, and the rain has just drowned a lot of the garden. But now I can get back outside. It's starting to warm up in temperature, and I've thoroughly enjoyed these last few days being outside and actually getting my hands dirty and getting close to the soil again, and I'm sure you like me will really appreciate those opportunities. So the polytunnel, the work on that is going to start this week, and I'll be putting that on film, and I'll share that with you next time. And I think if it all comes together the way I plan it, it will look absolutely fantastic. So that's it, end of today's show, and I thoroughly enjoyed being able to share a little bit extra with you. I wasn't planning to be back until March, but it's still only February and here I am. So we're going to knock out a few more shows with you this year, and we'll have some fun. Remember to get in touch with us on either through the website or through social media at A Year Gardening, and we'll have some great times ahead, I'm sure. Now as it's a little bit chilly, I've got the cooker going over the side there with a little bit of mulled wine inside, so I'll leave you with a nice warm glass of wine this evening. So stay well, stay safe, be kind to each other, and happy gardening. Cheers. Ah.